The Financial Edge is sponsored by the Hoffman Financial Group.
Thanksgiving is a time to fellowship with friends and family, and for retirees, sitting around the dinner table this Thanksgiving can also be a reminder of what their legacy looks like. I like that.
That's right. Financial expert and founder of Hoffman Financial Group, Chris Hoffman, is here to discuss why legacy planning is so important. Welcome back.
Great to be here.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
We love having you here. And today is an important conversation about legacy planning. What
That's right.
exactly is that?
Legacy planning is how you plan for, unfortunately, your passing and passing on your hard-earned assets. All of your hard assets, your home, your cars, jewelry, those types of things, and obviously your liquid assets, your 401k, your IRA, all of your investable assets, even your bank accounts. What I notice is people don't prepare, they don't communicate with their family on where everything is, and there's a lot of assets that can be left behind. There's also a lot of assets that get caught in probate. So we work with our clients to make sure that they have a strong legacy plan to make sure that everybody knows how the assets are to be distributed when you pass.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you kind of explained the what is,
Yeah.
but I would love to get into the nitty gritty on it because a lot of people don't do it, and it's shocking and it's really unfortunate because sometimes kids are left with absolutely nothing when their parents or so on had things.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things to check the boxes on. One of them that's very simple but often overlooked are beneficiary forms. You would think that every time you open up an account, you would put beneficiaries on the designations. So that's one, but most people, they check the box on their beneficiary forms.
Right.
The other aspect is many people that come into our office for the first time, when I ask them, do you have a will, or when was the last time you updated it? Oftentimes the answer is we do not, or it is extremely aged, and our life changes over time. So make sure you have an updated will, potentially look into trusts, although you may not need them, and make sure that you have that in conjunction with good solid beneficiary forms, and that can help you to get started anyway.
Yeah, this is such an important conversation. As you mentioned, it's fairly simple, but information is key. So we hope people will take this information. But what do you think is the cause for people being hesitant for starting it?
Nobody likes to talk about them passing, and everybody feels healthy today, so they don't expect it. So I think it's a hesitation based on talking about something that nobody wants to talk about. But I will tell you this, life insurance is often an unclaimed benefit. So leaving all of that life insurance money out there without your beneficiaries knowing where it is, how to get to it, is extremely unfortunate and something we can help people to cover.
Okay, well, you said we can help people. All right, let's talk about the legacy checklist that you all have. What is that?
Okay, so beneficiary forms, wills, possibly a trust. Make sure that you also communicate. So this is an uncomfortable situation for most parents. It's when do you involve your kids in how much you're worth? What assets do you have? But if you have a financial advisor, you can obviously give them access to the financial advisor's name and phone number and email address to make sure that that financial advisor knows where all the assets lie. And then that's a good starting checklist for you.
Well, before you leave, you're speaking to the person that might be dragging their feet on legacy planning. What would you say to them?
I'd say do it now. You know, don't wait for the unexpected event. It's not just passing away. Unfortunately, it involves dementia or some kind of injury where you're not able to manage your own finances, or you're not able to manage your health.
This is a great conversation. I mean, we've even seen major celebrities not have a will.
That's right.
It's really something that can rip people apart, and you don't want that.
That's right.
Okay, so go see him, everybody. Get your legacy checklist together. Book a free consultation with Hoffman Financial Group today. You can call 770-749-7224 or visit unleashyourmoney.com. Love that website. Or, of course, scan the QR code on your screen. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
This segment is sponsored by the Hoffman Financial Group.